Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo. All right, we're finally here. Forgive me, my friends. You know how it be sometimes. Sometimes life just gets in the way, you know what I mean? But we're here. Not too bad. You know, I normally don't even really get people. I don't start things until 10 minutes after anyway, so I kind of feel like no harm, no foul on this one, everybody. Let's see here. It's whatever you want Wednesday. What I want is new markers. And we picked, what do I even have today? Why don't they running to get some? We got Teddy Picker by Arctic Monkeys. Hell yeah. I think I think we just listen to the song. I think we just start here. We just make sure I have any working markers. That one kind of works. This one's everything like kind of works. All right, I'm leaving it on you guys. If you ever can't read, let's see here. This is the problem. Everything only kind of works. I'm gonna have to run upstairs and grab a new marker of some sort. Yeah. And yeah, I think I need one dart, one fresh bit. Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put on the song, and I'll be back in the middle of it. Man, the drum fill going into it is so good. It's bananas. Yo, Paul, what's going on, my friend? All right, let's have a game with the Teddy Picker. Let's do it indeed. I feel like it might be nice to have a European in here who can actually help us out in terms of some of the lingo here. If we talk about lyrics, I'm thinking music theory tonight. I'm just feeling. I'm not really feeling lyrics today. Yo, what's up? Let's hop right into here. Yeah. Oh yeah. That song rocks, honestly, my friends. That song definitely rocks. It's it's just so cool. I don't know, man. It's like I like listen, I like Brian Storm. I like Brian Storm. I think it's cool. But I feel like Teddy Picker is just the cooler Brian Storm, honestly. You often see this with many songs that like especially like in like kind of like the beginning of albums, you'll often see like, oh, these two are clearly like they're like brothers or like sisters or something. Like another one that comes to mind that people always talk about is This Is How I Disappear and then Sharpest Lives off of The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. Like those two songs are sisters. And I feel the same way about Brian Storm and Teddy Picker. They're like something about them just feels so related. And I'm gonna pick Teddy Picker between those two. Um, so yeah, not one to discredit the wonderful experience that it is to listen to this song and these musics. I think let's listen again and really just appreciate the song. Alicia, what's up, my friend? It is good to see you, my friend. I gotta get I gotta get this up too. There's also it's also the beginning. I feel like this is the part where like they kind of get stuck in they don't get stuck in, but they start to develop their a theme, if you will, that carries on through Humbug especially, and then you do kind of see it coming back on AM. It kind of left the room a little bit on Suck It and See, where they really just start to do these like dark, like minor riffs that they just repeat and repeat and repeat, and then they sing and solo and do all these other interesting things on top of those riffs. And you really see that it becomes like a staple of their musical profile. And you definitely see that starting to develop and coming out full force here on Favorite Worst Nightmare. And this is like one of the it's like faster, slinkier grunge almost. First of all, just in terms of appreciating and loving this song, dude, the drum fill to open this song is so powerful. Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, it's so good, especially getting the floor tom in there in addition to the snare and everything. Like that is such a good drum fill. Like that's iconic. That's like it's rare that you get an absolutely iconic drum fill to the point where play me that drum fill and I can tell you the song. And this is 100% one of those. It's just so good. It's phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. And then the riff. So something that I really, really like about this song is he has kind of this like short slap delay on it, like the slapback echo, which invokes this feeling of like a public address of like speaking to a public. And it does feel like there is 100% like a bit of like public facing aspect here, including of course some like politics as well, especially at the end, right? Who'd want to be men of the people when people like you, all things are equal. Like there's absolutely something in the lyrics about this. And I love that the choice to have his voice being produced and mixed with that kind of like quick slapback echo gives that same feeling. It really puts you in the right headspace. It's so good. And it's almost like rapping. He's almost rapping with this vocal performance, isn't he? Again, I mean, you can the drum fills just go so hard in so many Arctic Monkey songs, and I think this is a big one. Alicia asks, how can you tell a vocal is mixed? You mean like how can we tell how a vocal is mixed? Well, you just kind of hear it, you know, when you engineer things and you spend enough time around effects and things like that, you just start to be able to recognize, oh yes, that's what reverb sounds like, that's what delay sounds like, this is what different types of delay sound like. Yo, Leo, what's going on, my friend? Uh, and you also start to understand also if you are a properly studied and educated engineer, like how some of these things resemble the way that it would appear in real life. Like you start to know that like, okay, that slapback echo feeling is what happens when you're usually in like a concrete arena or something and someone's speaking to a microphone and it comes out of the speakers out to like hit the concrete wall in the back and then fly back. And that's what it kind of creates that fluttering effect. And you just start to be able to recognize that stuff. And so that is like what we would call a slapback delay on there. Because it's like the sound slapping back to you off the concrete wall in the arena or amphitheater that you're giving your speech in or you're presenting in, right? But let's again give it up for the drum fills in this song. Like drum fill number 1, absolutely insane. The next drum fill that comes up before the vocal comes in is also so powerful, right? Yeah, that one. And then there's that one. See, that one's nice. That one's a little more subtle. And this one's running the chorus. And getting the hi-hat in that fill is so good. It's doing such a good job rolling you through the whole thing. Plus, I also love it's honestly so brave as a songwriter to just repeat the same exact line in the verse so quickly, right? It's bad up to the point where it provoked the punch on me for that told the joke, and then immediately it's bad up to the point where it provoked you to tell the fucking punch on me for that. Like that's so cool. It's so brave and rare and novel as for to hear a song where like, oh yeah, they're just gonna repeat that lyric that quickly, and this isn't even the chorus. You know, it's very cool. Man, such a breezy chorus, you know what I mean? Like it's so cool. That I mean it's so short, right? To have, you know, fairly long verse, or at least in this case, probably a double verse, and then just doing this such a quick, breezy chorus that feels lengthened, right? Because the whole time we're doing these like kind of choppy that's the main thing. There's not a lot of sustain, there's not a lot of legato. But then when we go into this chorus, all of a sudden you get these arpeggios, we're going up the chords, we're holding out larger chords, we're letting them sustain, and then we're also just like hitting those chords over and over and over, right? Don't be surprised when you get bent over. You know, it's very texturally well done, right? That textural contrast between the two is really good. Right? And it's also really smart too, because though we're holding these chords out, you can also hear that bass line continues the same riff that we heard in the verse. And so it's like the chorus is kind of just a variation on the verse idea, which again is just great. It's part of the reason why the chorus immediately just feels so welcome. I mean, at this point in Arctic Monkeys history, like everyone knows who Matt Helders is, and they and they want more Matt Helders, right? They want more of that drummer singing, and they just give it to him, right? It's just very cool that, I mean, a couple of things, right? They do this a lot on Favorite Worst Nightmare, that Matt Helders will come in and sing a little bit, but every time he does that, his voice has like, it's like doubled and has like more like reverb and stuff, and it feels a little washier. And then when we go back to Alex, his vocals usually drier and more upfront. And again, textural differences, like the textural differences in this stuff is really good. I mean, look, he's literally how I love that. I love how much of a wink this is. This is such a nice little wink. Another variation on a theme, because he knows that he's already done that in this song so many times, right? So first of all, when we go, we repeat the verse the second time and we vary it. And then the chorus itself is also a variation on the theme. And then also, same thing, this thing right here, she saw it, she grabbed it, and it wasn't what it seemed. The kids are dreaming making it, whatever that means. This too, if you listen, the accompaniment underneath is exactly the same as the same thing that was up top here. And making it a third variation on the theme. So it's so cheeky that it's like another variation on the theme, when he himself in a minute, 60 seconds, has already done that 3 times. It's so cool. Another variation on a theme, a tangle on the television and the magazine. Do you reckon that they do it for a joke? Do you reckon that they make them take an oath that says that we are? Boom, there we go. I mean, that's that same drum fill that opens up the whole song. What are we at, 1:13? We've had a lot of drum fills, but none of them have been the same drum fill, but we do hear it there, right? So listen to this one. Right? And now, very clearly at this one, it's pretty much the same thing. There we go. Like, so smart, again, with like the way that they're using the sound to just like invoke the environment and the context within which they're going. Like, this whole thing is an oath, and they're going for an oath here, and they're saying something, and during the statement of that oath, during that statement, we actually are they're doubling something. You can hear, like, in the left channel or in the back, there's more voices repeating that same melody, and they put a bunch of reverb around it that just makes it sound like it's a bunch of people all saying it all together, like it's an oath. They literally mix it like it's an oath. How cool is that? Do you reckon that they make them take an oath that says that we are defenders of any poser or professional pretender around? When did your list replace the twist and turn like a fist? I mean, it's so cool. So this song is packed to the brim with sounds and excitement, and it's really interesting that here they drop everything out and just let the vocal speak, right? Even to the point where even on the downbeat of list, they still are holding it out. So it's a really cool stark moment in the song at the halfway point where they go, hey, they grab your attention once again, because you haven't had a stop like that in the whole song yet. When did your list replace the professional pretender around? When did your list replace the twist and turn like a fist? Replace the kiss, don't consider with your polish. I don't want your blood. Save it for the morning after. Who doesn't love a little feedback? I love that little feedback part right there. It's so cool. good guitar solo that is, right? It's such an interesting little arc, right? It's so like stringy and sinister, like especially the part where it's like down low and then it slides up high. Something about it feels snaky, right? I mean, obviously, like kind of the lyrics that we're seeing here are like about like kind of snaky, dishonest, like people, probably politicians and stuff like that. And this song kind of feels like that. It kind of feels deceptive, you know, like that, snaky, right? Slithering, right? Because there's all this sliding. That does not sound like that. Like that almost sounds like it could be like a sound effect in an old movie, like announcing like a scary monster or something, you know? Serpentine. It's a rather serpentine solo. I like how he says thick. It really sounds like he doesn't say TH thick. It really sounds like he's saying F thick. Already thick and you're getting thicker. It's so again texturally. This song is just so full of textures, right? And something cool about this is they kind of foreshadow this stop thing here with the you know, when did your list replace that? We have that stop there, and we do kind of I don't want your prayer, kind of that stop there. There's two little stops, right? And then here we're like, well, you know what? Let's go hard on those stops where we really make it kind of a breakdown, and we're hitting you hard with the, you know, ba, 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 all those buttons you might call them. The end descending part sounds like violins. Yes, exactly, right? That slidey, snaky thing. That's exactly right. The violins definitely works there too. Let's have a game on a teddy picker. Not quick enough, can I be quicker? Already figured he gets him thicker. Let's have a game on a teddy picker. Not quick enough, can I be quicker? Already figured he gets him thicker. Have you guys ever noticed that there's a tiny little ride cymbal hit that he does right there? Let's have a game on a teddy picker. Not quick enough, can I have it quicker? Already figured he... Do you guys hear that? No, do like an quick. Like he just kind of barely hits the ride cymbal in the background there. It's very cute, actually. Let's have a game on a teddy picker. Not quick enough, can I have it quicker? Already figured he gets him thicker. Presuming that all things are equal. That, you know what's so funny about that is it really does sound like he just was like bored in the studio. Not bored in the studio. It sounds like he was just having a lot of fun in the studio. Just like, I feel like kind of just doing a little dink, you know, dink, just a little dink right there. It almost feels like a wink. You know, that little hits, that's like a wing. Not quick enough, can I have it quicker? Already thinking you getting thicker. Presuming that all things are equal, who'd want to be men of the people? When there's people like you. Something so cool about that ending is that it's the verse, right? We end on the verse. It's very interesting. It's very frank. It's not kind of grand at all. But also, man, when I was younger, this line, so I was like, that is an iconic line. Presuming that all things are equal, who'd want to be men of the people when there's people like you? Bam. That's that Alex Turner sass that we absolutely love. And this is probably why Favorite Worst Nightmare, I think, is still my favorite Arctic Monkeys album, because I really feel like lyrically, he just has that point where, like, there's a lot of, you know, there is some metaphor and some, like, interesting intrigue poetry going on. But by and large, like, he's definitely still very straightforward with his meaning, but very clever and kind of tongue-in-cheek about it, which for me is hitting that perfect balance of what you want in an Arctic Monkey lyric, right? Well, Alicia writes, very interesting. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I didn't realize the song had a verse chorus structure. Well, you know, the chorus definitely is kind of just like a variation on the verse. You know what I mean? The chorus, and you know, you bring it up. I think we should just hop into the theory. I kind of want to just go right into the theory, right? No, I suppose we can't do that just yet. We will, but I will. I want to point out, yeah. So verse one, verse two, chorus, like kind of like a post-chorus or a turnaround. Verse three, now kind of like pre-chorus. This is, yeah, kind of like another variation on the theme right here. And now here we're going back into a chorus. Yeah, really verse chorus, verse chorus, verse chorus, that's it. And then this is all, yep, verse chorus. Back to the chorus. Let's see what it is.
Let's have a game on a teddy picker. Not quick enough, can I be quicker? Already figured he gets him thicker. Let's have a game on a teddy picker. Not quick enough, can I be quicker? Already figured he gets him thicker.
That might be its own thing. That might be a bridge, but it might also be the chorus. And now back to the verse. I think that might be chorus, bridge, back to the verse, right? So really, there's really kind of two ideas there. Maybe a third on this not quick enough, can I have it quicker thing. That might be a third idea. But yeah, it's all just variations on kind of two ideas, maybe two and a half ideas. So yeah, definitely I would consider that verse chorus kind of situation. And it does feel like you have that like longer lengthening release into that chorus. The you know, and it's the 1000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. Wow, I always forget how high. Man, back in the day, back in the late 2000s, Alex Turner sang so high. He was so tenory, and then he had to start talking like down here, love, and then he just started singing down here. And I like that stuff. Dancing in my underpants. I like it. But I mean, I don't know what it is to say. It's just different, right? I like the new stuff, but it is interesting how back then he was so much higher and sang much higher and had his placement way more forward in his mask kind of situation. But it's good. It's good. I'm not even putting it up for discussion on this one. I want to hop right into the music theory on this one because I always want to know. I've never learned this song before. I've always just listened to it and enjoyed it and loved it. But now I really want to know what's going on with this song musically. Will you join me? So first things first, everybody. You know how it goes. We got to figure out what key we're in. Definitely feeling like a minor key here, for sure. For sure, a minor key. I'm also going to turn off my AC and dehumidifier right now. So that way it won't bother us, everybody. Okay, so definitely hearing a minor key. The question is what minor key, right? There we go. B minor, everybody. Wait, I'm in drop D. Alright, so what are that? What is that actually going to be? A? Close enough. Alright, so what are we actually in? A minor, everybody. There we go. When did your list replace the guest on concern? Us with your bollocks. Bollocks. We love that. Okay, so let's see here. We'll go to the verse. and we'll say B minor. Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Oh, interesting. Huh, that is so cool. I had no idea. Did you guys know that? For the most part, we're getting harmonic minor. That's really neat, actually. So let's do that riff. That's so interesting. Is it kind of? It's kind of because you have the flat 5 there, and then you also have the natural 7. So depending on what let me think about this. Are we maybe even in like a Phrygian thing with a harmonic minor? It could just be in Phrygian, no, because it's, you know, they sped up to the part where it provoked. Ooh, sped up to the point where it provoked. Sped up to the point where it provoked. Staring at the television, staring at the television screen. So, there's something that's very interesting about this. So, we are in the key of B minor, like I was saying. However, there's definitely something interesting going on here. I want to know, are we actually really just playing this in like this Phrygian thing? Sorry. Oh. I'm still messed up. Still messed up about that whole drop D situation. My guitar was in drop D and now I'm all out of whack. So wow, so we're not seeing, we are, oh yeah, there it is. When we go down, this is fully a riff, fully riff territory here, everybody, because we are not. Oh, yeah. Could be blues. I don't know. A harmonic minor ish. A harmonic minor ish. Because we do have the flat 5. But we then go to the natural 5 surely thereafter. Could call it the blue note. Blue note. Locrian. Flat 5. There's definitely something interesting going on with the music of it all, right? So the riff being tritone. Oh, maybe that's what I'll write down. Tritone, blue note, Locrian, tritone. 1 flat 5 bum bum ba flat 5 4 bum bum ba and then that's the cool thing about it. It does the 1, the flat 5, the 4, and then it does a natural 7. That's very, very cool, actually. 1 flat 5, the tritone, 4, natural 7 in a minor key. That's the harmonic minor part I keep talking about, right? And then that's the cool part. That's the cool part, is then we go. So then we go to, we're going to kind of call that our 1 area. And then we do actually kind of go to the 5, right? So that's the cool thing. We have the flat 5 up here. And then we go down to the natural 5, which is what you more expect to see down here. But we still get the natural 7. Kind of giving you, that's what that's giving you, is this feeling of a harmonic minor, everybody. A major 5 chord. Maybe you can make a dominant for a major 5 chord. In our minor, A minor. So that's the harmonic minor part. This part is the fat 5 is like the tritone, Locrian-ish area. And then when we come back around, we hit the flat 3. So that's giving us for sure our minor, our A minor right there is that flat 3. There you go. And then we just go back to the top. So this is kind of our major 5. This whole thing, basically is this kind of this A minor. That's really kind of what we're seeing there is the A minor to, it's almost like Latin if you play it in a certain way, right? Very interesting. That's really kind of what we're seeing is this kind of like blues notey. It's just a riff, really. It's just a nice riff that kind of goes this 1-ish thing to this 5-ish thing. So that's really cool. That's actually, I would call that a good riff. A good riff. I would definitely call that a very good riff that has a really nice sense of resolution into it. You know what I mean? Right? There's all these like just repeating resolutions in this whole song, right? So the first thing, that whole line goes through this journey where it goes away from home and has all this tension and then returns very satisfyingly back to home, right? That's right in there on the smaller, you know, on the smaller scale. But then on the larger scale, then we go to the major. It definitely does not feel like a dominant 7. It feels like just a straight 5 major. This whole thing feels like this is more stable. That's more stable than all those tritones and leading tones and things. However, it isn't home, right? So now we kind of have this fun idea of like, oh, there's this like smaller circle, this smaller cycle we have in the riff when we're on the 1. We are constantly in a really short cycle. Tension, release, tension, release, tension, release, tension, release. Tension, release, tension, release, tension, release. And now we have go to something that's more tension than the release, but still more stable than this. Which is very smart. And then we lead back with the classic blues thing, right? The flat 3, which is cool also because without that, I don't know, we could have been in A major this whole time, you know what I mean? It's literally just, it takes that long to get that little flat 3 right there. It takes that long to know that we're in minor, right? Because like other than that, and honestly, you could go... This is so ridiculous, but like, kind of, it's kind of a thing. There we go. Imagine if we did that. I'm very glad we don't, right? Kind of just... It's really, honestly, quite a fascinating little riff. Honestly, it is. Am I missing anything there? Why don't we just repeat that over and over? That's so cool, actually. Huh. Punchline before they have told the joke. Plenty of decoration to be seen. Staring at the television screen. Cool, yep. Wow, already really cool. So here's something that's really fascinating about this song already, is in that opening section we do the swing, and it kind of sounds like an old Scooby-Doo thing or an old like Pink Panther kind of thing. If you slow it down and swing it, it sounds like Pink Panther. That's so funny. Anyway, so in the intro, we go to that 5. You know. But during the whole verse, we don't have that the entire time in the verse from sped up to the point where it provoke all the way down to was it in the top 100 list. All of that is actually just staying on the riff that we kind of have on the one chord. So that's cool. Just repeats that the whole time. Never noticed that. Never noticed how much it just repeats ad nauseum. Kane, what's up, Kane? It's good to see you, my friend. I think that's so interesting. I never realized that they just repeat that over and over and over and over and over. So the riff. So we're gonna go back to this. Okay. So then when we go to the verse, it is only the one. The one here. So then what does the vocal do? It just repeats that whole time, right? The vocal goes, sped up to the point where it provoked, right? Sped up, we sped up to the point where it provoked. Yep. Preparation to be seen, staring at the television screen. They sped up to the point where they provoked you to tell the fucking number before they told the joke. Sorry, sorry. His scansion is so weird. Well, sorry, sunshine, it doesn't exist. It wasn't in the top 100 list. Wow. Okay, so the whole verse is actually is only doing that. It's only doing flat 5 4 flat 5 4 whoops, down to the flat 3, resolving to the flat 3, which is the relative major of our A, right? So that's a little resolution in and of itself. Every time, he goes, they sped up to the point where it provoked. That's a resolution every time we hit that, which is nice. And there's the little variation that we do once, which is where we go down to the 1. That's so interesting. The flat 7 and then back to the 1. So check this out. We have that flat 7 in the melody there, right? The sped up to the point where it provoked you to tell the fucking G natural right there. Sped up to the point where it provoked you to tell the fucking punchline before you have told the joke. That's really interesting that we have that there. And I've always been very affected by that part, you know what I mean? You didn't tell that I did the moment it provoked you to tell the fucking... I've always loved that part. Now I know why, is because the whole time we're playing the song, we're always hearing the, a G sharp, right? G sharp, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp. And then also in the riff when we go down into the chorus part, same thing, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp. But this time when we do it, we do the G natural, which is the flat 7 rather than the raised natural 7. And flatten things, especially bluesy things, well, in this case, that flat 7 feels bluesy, they generally have this cool feeling. And it's very interesting that we have this, like, dark harmonic minor flavor of this whole thing, including with the tritones, you know what I mean? It's very dark and kind of sinister, but then in this one moment, we kind of lose sinister for a moment and we just kind of have cool, right? That's definitely just a really nice little moment where it's cool. Do we have the G sharp at the same time over that? Smart. It's very smart, right? It's sped up to the point, sped up to the point where it provoked you to tell the fucking function. Right? The G, that G natural gets out of the way right before the riff hits the G sharp, right? Sped up to the point where it provoked you to tell the fucking punchline. That is, let's see if I can do that at the same time there to really emphasize how perfect that little, where they get out of each other's way here, right? That's gonna be hard for me to kind of do. I don't know if I can play this. I don't think I'm gonna be able to play this. I'm not that kind of pianist, guys, where I can like actually like have like this hand independence. I'm like a pop rock, like I play arranger's piano. I don't really play piano, so like you know. There it is, right? Yeah, I kind of is. It's something like that, right? That G natural gets out of the way barely before the G sharp in the riff comes in, right? There you go. It just barely gets out of the way just in time for that bass line to come down, that riff to come down. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? It's pretty neat. Yeah, there it is. And do it one more time. That's really cool. Sped up to the point where it provoked. Ah, dang it. It's hard. Sped up to the point where it provoked you to there it is. Sped up to the point where it provoked you to tell fucking punchline before till the joke. Wow, when you play it on a piano like that, it's really neat, isn't it? I'm gonna do it one more time, just cause. Sped up to the point where it provoked you to tell the fucking punchline before. Wow, that's neat. Yep. It's key. It's really cool, everybody. It kind of gives you this nice little kind of gives you that kind of thing. You get that a little bit in there, right? Just a little bit, just a little bit, you feel that in there, right? I think on that one is literally just going. Yeah, he's just slamming on the A minor there. Let's get that riff there. So, I mean, that's really, really cool, I think. The entire time the only thing we're doing is we're doing that one the whole time. And it remains interesting because A, the drums are great, A, the riff is great, B, the riff is great, C, the lyrics are interesting enough, and he's providing it, he's delivering it and performing it with enough swagger that it feels engaging and compelling the whole time, right? The sped up to the point where it provoked you. The sped up to the point where it provoked. The punch on people there told the joke. Plenty of desperation to be seen. Staring at the television screen. The sped up to the point where it provoked you to tell the fucking punch on people there told the joke. Oh, son, sorry, oh, son. Sorry, sunshine, it doesn't exist. Still wasn't in the top 100 list. It's the 1,000. Okay, now I don't know. What chord is that going to go to next, everybody? I have no clue. So now let's find out, right? We gotta figure that out, right? So that's up there, right? So what other chords could be on? So that doesn't feel like it is going to the 5 there. Because this 2 was not there. I wonder if we're going to the flat 3. That would seem weird, wouldn't it? I don't think that we're going to the flat 3. We might have to go back to the slower downer to really hear it, because that kind of arpeggio happens really fast, right? But yeah, so we go to. Are we going to the? Ooh, we're going to the. Wow, is that what we're seeing there? Okay. Is that what we're seeing there? Oh, yeah. There it is. Yep. That's the line, finally. Very interesting. time that it's even, 1,000 times that it's even bolder. That's such a good melody, isn't it, everybody? Okay, so verse is only that. Now we know when we go to the chorus. Go to the chorus, everybody. And it's the 1,000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. Such a good melody. I shouldn't be belting like that, but it's just such a good melody. How can I not? So now, going to the chorus. I'll look at it like this. Okay. Chorus. Let's look at the bass. The bass is going flat 6, 5, 1. Give myself a little more room here. The bass is going flat 6, 5, 1. Ah, yeah. It's the flat 6. It's flat 6, 5, and then, that's right, the 1 riff. That's really cool. The bass line going. Is that what it does? Yep, okay, nice. Very cool. Then we go flat 6, 5, and then up the octave to the flat 5 or the sharp 4, whatever you want to call it. So that's cool. That's the bass line there. That works. 1,000, and it's the 1,000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. I told you that you were dying for it. There we go. Everybody. Yo, Tristan, what's going on, my friends? A lot of interesting stuff. This song is very, very interesting. I had no idea what we were being for on this one. Especially Tristan, that this main riff is very... is very, very, very interesting, my friends. Very interesting. Okay, so let's see what the rest of the guitars are doing. We're just doing that in the octaves. That's so good. Okay, so now the guitar is basically equally. Let's see about here. Guitar 1. I'm just gonna do it. Guitar 1. Okay, and then I'll do chords-ish, yeah. They kind of are doing more or less the same thing, right? So So what is that? Flat 6. Flat 6, 1, 4. What is that? Flat 3. Flat 6, 1. It just kind of plays like a flat 6 chord, it seems. But this guy goes flat 6, 1, flat 3, right? And then 4, then 2. That's cool. Flat 6, 1, flat 3, 4, 2. I need a little more space there so I can write it down relative to what's happening down here better. But we have flat 6, 1, flat 3, 4, 2, and then they just hammer on, both of them just hammer on the 1 chord over the bass, which does the riff there. And then it repeats the same thing, where the one basically is holding the... I think what's really happening here, flat 6, 1, flat 3, 4, 2, and then they play the flat 5 in octaves, all together. There we go. So yeah, I think you have one chord, one guitar basically playing that flat 6 chord. Right? You do hear one of them is playing the one of them is playing one of them is playing that guy up there. One of them is playing the chords. That's really what we're seeing there. And the other one is definitely doing this really neat arpeggio thing, right? Maybe even doing something different there. Like doing that one. Great. So what's that melody? That's what I gotta know is what is that melody? I mean, that's cool, right? Kind of goes to the 6 there, right? Great. Damn, that's underrated. A flat 6 chord. Flat 6 chord with the add 6? That's hot. And it's the 1000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. I told you that you were dying for it. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just having too much fun because this rocks. God, it really just rocks, everybody. It rocks. What's the vocal doing? What's the vocal doing? What is the vocal? And it's the thou and it's the thousand and it's the thou. Yeah. And it's the do do do. Is that what you're doing? And it's the and it's the and it's the 1000th time, and it's the 1000th time that it's and it's the 1000th time that it's and it's the 1000th time that it's even bolder, and it's the 1000th time that it's even bolder. Really? Huh. Really? Are we sure about that? Even bolder, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. Get bent over. Can't believe that. Really. And flat 7. Even. Yep, then we just go down. Bolder. So then we go to this really nice. Oh wait, is that true? That is a good question. That is a good question, everybody. What's going on with the G there? Even bolder. Got the B there, but I thought I also heard. Ha! He's doing some he's doing this is really neat. He definitely goes to the kind of a like, if anything, he does not get up to the G sharp there. He does get up kind of between the G natural. He gets like between the G and the G natural and the G sharp. Kind of makes it bluesy, right? Don't be surprised. It is the 1,000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised don't be surprised when you get bent over. So that's the interesting thing, right? Is he actually does do... He does really kind of do the G there, but that's over the G sharp underneath, right? He actually they are kind of simultaneously in these places, right? That's so interesting. Wow. Very neat. That is so cool, everybody. He hardcore hits that flat 7 there over a 5 chord. Over a flat 6, add 6, major 5, and then kind of that one thing. He hardcore hits the flat 7 in the vocal over the natural 7 over the natural 7 in the chords. G sharp, G natural. That's so cool. That is awesome. That's so cool. And it's the 1000th time that it's seeming bolder. Don't be. There it is. Don't be surprised when you. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. I believe it's just repeating that, right? And it's the 1000th time, and it's the 1000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. I told you that you would die of bullets. I told you. They told you. Yeah, then we go there, right? They told you, they told you. Ah, so he sings that 6 over that a lot. That is, there you go, everyone. Now we're kind of now we're starting to actually see and realize and notice why this chorus goes so hard. Because there's actually a lot of really interesting parts to it, right? Don't be surprised, right? Don't be surprised when you. Then we kind of. And we're just gonna say we repeat that kind of situation, right? Don't be surprised when you get bent over. They told you. They told you. Then over that flat 6, yep. He sings the add 6 part of it. Told you that you're dying for it. You were dying for it. You were dying for it. Kind of something like that. If anything, it's that. If anything, it's that. They told you. They told you. Something like that. 4, 5, 4. Wow. Neat, everybody. A lot of really cool stuff going on here, actually. A lot of really cool stuff happening there. Okay, so, again, we have this, we really kind of have this flat 6 thing, right? So repetitive, so interesting. So check it out. When we're really kind of going to this flat 6 add 6 chord. And it's the 1000th time that it's, well, it's almost actually also, it's almost also a major 7 too, right? And it's the 1000th time, and it's the 1000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. That's so cool, isn't it, everybody? I told you I should die for it. And it's the 1000th time, the 1000th time, it's the 1000th time, 1000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent, don't be surprised when you get bent over. I told you that you would die for it. I'm totally ignoring the chat over here because it's too good. Just thought a tribute band called the Greggernauts play Maddie's song in reggae style. I love it. Let's do it, man. I appreciate that. We're gonna start a band. It'll be fun. Awesome. Voice sounding good today, Matt. Thank you, Tristan. I very much appreciate that. Maddie, I may be tripping, but isn't the flat 6 seen as a nostalgic interval? Well, what do you mean? Flat 6 isn't an interval. A flat 6 is a scale degree and or a chord. When you say the flat 6, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the chord? Or are you talking about the scale degree? I need a little more information here. And it's the 1000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent. Don't be surprised when you get. Don't be surprised when you get bent. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. I told you that you were dying for it. I don't know. I heard it in a video and I'm searching for it. I don't think the flat 6 is really an nostalgic thing. I mean, first of all, I don't think necessarily it's appropriate to, I mean, well, you kind of see it's seen as it. That's right. Nothing objectively is this or that. Is the flat 6 seen like sometimes used as a nostalgic thing? Not really. If anything, it's specifically major set. It's like types of chord qualities that are kind of more seen as nostalgic. Like oftentimes add 6s are kind of nostalgic. And a lot of times major 7s are seen as nostalgic, right? Add 6s and major 7s are more the nostalgic thing, more than a flat 6 is as a chord nostalgic. You know, if I'm in a minor chord, minor key, that flat 6 doesn't really seem very nostalgic to me right here. So I don't really think it's the flat 6 of it that's nostalgic. You know what I mean? Doesn't really seem that it's the flat 6 that's nostalgic. If anything, it's the major 7 or the add 6 quality added to certain chords that makes it nostalgic, at least in this context. So anyway, I just having so much fun with this one. This one's awesome. Spread up to the point where it flows. The punch on people have told the joke. Staring at the vision to be seen. And staring at the television screen. Spread up to the point where it provoked you to the fucking punch on people you have told the joke. Sorry, sunshine, it doesn't exist. It wasn't in the top 100 list. And it's 1,000 times great. It's a really good chorus. Okay, everyone. Let me come back to this a little bit and actually share with you what we're really kind of seeing. Couple of cool things here. Couple of cool things. So, if you haven't noticed yet, we're really kind of in the A minor area. We're really kind of in the A minor area here. But look at the melody in the chorus. Right? We're really, when you look at the melody here, the melody's kind of focusing on C. And it's the 1000th time that it's seeming bolder. Don't be surprised. The melody here is very much focusing on the relative major over all this interesting flat 6 harmonic minor stuff. That makes a really interesting sound, I will definitely say. What's really interesting about it is in the verse. In the verse, the melody is also focusing on the C. But it's doing it kind of in this C minor thing. C minor, right? But actually, we know it's all over A. But really, that's actually kind of a C minor melody. And then in the chorus, now we go to a C major melody. Right? Every time we go up in the melody, we go up to this E flat, you know? Sped up to the bar where it provoked power. Always going there. But now this time we go, and it's the it's a huge, it opens up like crazy, you know? That the whole song, every time we're doing this, we're saying E flat, E flat, E flat, E flat the whole time, you know what I mean? Right? Yeah. Oh, yep, see? That's the big one right there. E flat all the way. Always kind of doing this E flat thing up top. So then now, when we're going to the chorus, you do kind of still see this C, D, C thing that we keep seeing. You're going to expect that over and over and over and over. But then finally, we go up and hit that E natural, right? Huge, huge moment. Every time we're used to hitting this E flat, and then we finally go a little bit higher and get the E natural. And like I said before, now we're kind of more focusing on C major. It's very interesting that the instruments are all kind of focusing on this A thing in the bass, in the tonicization, but the vocals seem to just be concerned with C, right? C minor in the verse, and then now C major in the chorus, right? It's so interesting. So then beyond that, we kind of are doubling up on this idea of like the verse of all the instruments kind of being different from the instruments. In that you're also seeing this now that G natural against the G sharp in the instruments. And actually, when you look at it, he sings this G. He sings this G here, and this the 1000th time that it's C. It's that G. But then one of the guitars is hitting this G sharp right there. So actually, when we do go to that chord, we do actually get, we we get? Right? Sounds nasty like that. It's fun though. And then now we get this really interesting thing. We're repeating the C major idea. I mean, look at that, right? Well, now we have the E flat rubbing against the E natural here, right? Don't be surprised when you don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. Yep, we just keeps doing it where it's almost like the melody is kind of in a different key than what's happening underneath it. It's really interesting to me that this riff seems to be able to handle on top of it a C minor idea on top, but then also a C major idea on top. It's just so interesting. I don't think they did this on purpose, so to speak. I don't think they were thinking to themselves, oh yeah, I know what we're going to do. We're going to have the bass line and the instruments be in A minor and do this really interesting like dissonant, like tritone, flat 5, harmonic minor thing. And then on top, we're going to push back and forth on the C minor, C major idea. I don't think they were doing that. I think they were just following their ears and they really just kind of came up with something pretty awesome, honestly. Let's see here. I don't particularly like the hard riffs, but they definitely give great context for the beautiful chorus and breaks. Let's see here. I do love the flat 6 sound and anything nostalgic might have some good crossover uses. Never know until we try. I don't particularly love the hard riffs, but they definitely give great context. Oh, you don't, Tristan, you don't like this? I love that riff, man. You don't like that? Yeah, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover is like, I mean, obviously it's phenomenal. Obviously, we want to talk about a great thing. That's that, man. I mean, that's one of the best, like that groove, like that chord progression with that drum beat, with like the tambourine. I love that little tambourine on that Paul Simon song. But you guys are right that it's interesting that like there is the back and forth on the very minor, kind of this like nice Aeolian natural minor sound to this like kind of like bluesy major chords. Just step out the back, Jack. Get a new plan, Stan. You know, it is very, very interesting, isn't it? One of my favorite, yeah. Skeeta, you guys have very similar tastes. Yep, great community. Hey, early Monkey Monkeys are very intuitive in the way. Yes, completely agree. Very, very intuitive. I agree with Tristan that 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover is a perfect chord progression. And I also agree with Mosquito that, well, yeah, they were. I like the quotation marks around intuitive. It definitely is quotation mark intuitive because it's not intuitive. They were working intuitively, like they were just probably playing riffs and singing what they wanted on top. I do imagine that it probably literally went something. I literally think that it went something where like they had a riff like that and Alex Turner just was singing. I wouldn't be surprised if Jamie Cook and Matt Helders and all them were sitting in a room just playing. And Alex Turner was also in the room going, you guys just keep doing that. You guys just keep doing that. And I'm just going to sing. I do think it just went like that. And the same thing here, where it's probably just like, I don't think he was going for this G natural with the G sharp thing. I don't think they wanted to do that. I think he was just composing and it just came out that way. So they were working intuitively, but that doesn't mean that the compositions are intuitive, if that makes any sense. In fact, they're actually very counterintuitive. Like, whoa, what do you mean we're going to do this like harmonic minor Locrian A minor thing down bottom, and on top you're going to do just a melody in C minor. C minor. What is it? And then C major. I changed keys. Sorry, everybody. You would love a 50 ways live stream. I would do it. I would do a 50 ways to leave your lovers. Yeah, exactly. Yes. No, I mean, yes, Mosquito, I figured that's what you meant with that, the quotation marks around intuitive. I figured that's what you meant, right? So good. And it's the 1000th time, and it's the 1000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. They told you, they told you, you were dying for it. It's pretty much the whole thing, honestly. Can't say I'm a fan of most hard rock music or aggressive riffs. Usually a build up for the melodic stuff. I like, you gotta learn to love them both, man. Well, you don't have to do anything. I love them both. I love nice melodic stuff, but I do like, I mean, I'm wondering, do you think that this, I guess it is aggressive, but it's so interesting. The world of rock and like riffs is like so vast and wide that it's like hard to say. I mean, something like this kind of, you know, when you compare that to, you know, like Sleep Token and stuff like that, it's hard to consider that too hard. You know what I mean? Too hard. But I mean, what do you think, Tristan, of like, I don't know, other riffs like, you know, like Reptilian stuff? Like that's kind of a hard riff in a lot of ways. That's kind of hard in its own way. You've been told you like sleepy music. That's so beautiful and well written. It doesn't fit my personality really when I'm walking around. Fair enough. You've been told you like sleepy music. I support that. We need people who like sleepy music. We do. We do. I mean, that's really pretty much the whole thing, right? Let's see here. Grab it and it doesn't. Great melodic riff. I mean, again, I mean, yeah, I mean, Mosquito, I agree with you, right? You definitely need variation. You always need variation. That's in anything. All right, you know what? I just want to. I want to come around for something. Tristan, I'm going to show you, Tristan, a riff that I consider just like absolutely amazing. I think that this song, the riff that I'm about to show you, rocks really hard, but I also think somehow it's also like beautiful melodic. And so I want to get, just real quick, Tristan, I want to get your opinion on this. What do you make, Tristan, of the riff on this song? I need to know, because I'm trying to figure out where you're at. That riff, Tristan, I gotta know, is that riff too hard for you? Something like that. Is that too hard for you, Tristan? I gotta know. Trying really hard to water down early Arctic Monkeys to a formula like you did with early strokes. Really awesome. Okay, Tristan thinks that's awesome. All right. Well, Mosquito, I don't think there's no formula. What? I'm confused, Mosquito, when you say... Mosquito, when you say I boiled down early strokes to a formula, what formula is that? I don't remember boiling down early strokes to a formula. Tristan thinks that one's awesome. Mosquito, I would not consider that one funky because it's not really playing on 16th notes all that much. It doesn't really have that kind of, you know... it's not really funky because it doesn't have that funky like syncopated feel. It's very straight and rock. That riff is definitely rock, for sure. Tristan says you think that riff is awesome. So for Tristan, for you, I'm gonna say, Tristan, that your thing that you don't like is you don't like the like more angular scale degrees and things. So like listen, like this song, the Teddy Picker song, it's got this flat 5. It's got this flat 5 thing. And it also has this exotic augmented second of the harmonic minor thing. And then also a lot of times with riffs you kind of get the Phrygian flat 2 thing, you know what I mean? Like, so I think that's what you don't like, Tristan, is you don't like those like harder, you know, the augmented seconds, harmonic minor. You don't like the tritones, and you don't like the Phrygian flat 2 things. Which makes sense. Those like angular scale degree modifications, that makes a lot of sense. And seems consistent, I think, with your experience of what you don't like. And that is true. Teddy Picker does have both of those things. That is something interesting about it. Because it's rare. And this is probably part of the reason why this album went so hard in the alternative music space. Because it's rare to see those kind of angular scale modulations and dissonances, you know, in the like melodic alternative rock type space, honestly. It's part of why I think it was so interesting. Angular is a better word for what I was calling blocky. Major tones, I guess, how Collins did. Yeah. Mosquito says the strokes formula and your theory about how you think. Yeah. I wouldn't call it a formula. Yeah. Yes. Method. Let's go method. Mosquito, I agree with you there. I wouldn't call it a formula, but the approach. Let's call it, yeah, the approach, the method. Yeah. So what would be the approach, right? Angular tones? My 3-year-old daughter's listening angular tones? Yeah. Start them young, Tristan. That's great. She's going to know all about Phrygian and Locrian and stuff. All right, enough of that. The Arctic Monkeys thing is just... They really were just following their ears. They really did just have cool ideas. And they just spent the time together as a band just working out the ideas. Just working intuitively. Like you have an Alex Turner who has a really good melodic ear, just not knowing what he's doing, but can hear things in his head and he just reaches for them and they come out good. And then you have a great drummer and a bassist that, you know, that's the method. The method is, like we said, working kind of in this like jamming space of like jamming ideas out and just creating things naturally without much knowledge of theory. You combine that with an Alex Turner whose like natural inclinations are very interesting and very unique and odd. Like that's the method of early Arctic Monkey stuff, is basically that just jam and, you know, work naturally and intuitively, you know, reactionary, but that have somebody's reactions be really kind of divergent in a certain way. Ooh, Alex Turner, neurodivergence. Arc coming when? I think that's a great idea, Mosquito. Definitely. Teddy Picker is not Phrygian, Tristan. Oh, Tristan, I didn't show this to you yet. So Tristan, Teddy Picker is not Phrygian. You kind of have this, so Phrygian is a flat 2, and in this song, what you get, this is really nice, you get flat 5s and 5s, but you also get flat 7s and natural 7s. So you get this really interesting thing of like you get, you know, a harmonic-ish, Locrian-ish minor kind of situation, right? Because you kind of have, that's really kind of the scale of Teddy Picker is 1 natural 7, flat 7, flat 6, 5, flat 5, 4, flat 3, 2, 1. Right? So that's an interesting thing. So no, it's not Phrygian. But you are right. A blend of work, knowledge, and intuition, being in the moment. Absolutely. What's up, Calamity? Good to see you. Wish I could find a band to do that with someday. Yeah. All right. That's the interesting thing. That's the interesting thing, right? You have 1, 1, flat 5, 4, natural 7, 1. That's where you're kind of getting the harmonic minor major 5 chord. And then that's the interesting thing, right? We keep hitting this flat 5 in the riff. But then further down in the riff, we do hit the natural 5. So it's actually a really, really fascinating riff. Fascinating, actually. It kind of moves back and forth. Do you think you could replicate the sound of early Arctic Monkeys as I did with the Strokes? Yeah, I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could if I wanted to. Well, everything except his voice. Don't ask me to do his voice. I can't do an Alex Turner voice the way I can do a Julian Casablancas voice. Don't ask me to. I don't even try to sound that much like Julian Casablancas. I honestly just kind of like sing like that, honestly. It just sounds like it. Anyway. Really interesting stuff happening here. I don't know what else to say. I'm sure that much of it just kind of repeats. We could go over the guitar solo if we want. Let me go back to Teddy Picker. And see what else we got. Because we got a couple of things to check out here still. Right. And she grabbed it and it wasn't what it seemed. A kid's all dreaming, whatever that. What is that? What is that, right? She saw it and she grabbed it and it wasn't what it seemed. Saw it and she grabbed it, saw it and she grabbed it. Wasn't what it seemed. Saw it and she grabbed it and it wasn't what it seemed. The kids are dreaming, making it, whatever that means. Man, maybe they did. Hold on a second. Maybe they did know what they were doing, right? Let's see here. Ah, good question, Calamity. Wait. And she grabbed it and it wanted what it seemed. Kids are even making it. Oh, that's so interesting. Hold on a second. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. This really makes me think that, this makes me question, do you think that maybe they did know that they could do this on purpose? I mean, maybe they knew a little bit more than we're giving them credit for, because look, this part, she saw it and she got it, saw it and she got it, and it wasn't what it seemed. The kids are just making it, whatever that means. E natural, right? And then what happens immediately after that is Alex Turner comes in back with the E flat. Staring at a television screen. So they clearly knew that they could mess around with the E and the E flat, the 5 and the flat 5. They clearly did know something was going on there, which makes me think that maybe they... I don't want your That's really interesting. You did amazingly with your own music and nailed the as it was. Thank you. What about the rhythm part? Your as it was take is so good. I literally never listened to the original version. Hey, I'm honored. Thank you. I also think I made that song better. Honestly, the rock music is in that song. That song wanted to rock out, and they just didn't for some reason. So anyway, Calamity 522. I love that that melodic part, right? The part that goes. That part, right? That's really what you're seeing there, by the way. I kind of wrote that part out for you here already. Calamity is you got the flat 6, 1, flat 3, 4. That's that 4 being the add 6 part of the flat 6. And then we have one guitar going down to a 2 and the other one going over to a 7. You can hear it, right? You know, one guitar is probably doing like something like that, and the other one is doing which I love that part. That part's great. And so that's where that interesting thing comes from. So that you essentially are getting this, right? That's what you're getting there, right? And then you have the so yeah, there you go. And that's the interesting thing is that natural 7, that's what makes this, that's what's giving you that rub against the vocal. It's really interesting stuff, Calamity. I would definitely recommend going and looking back because the melody is awesome. Yeah, it's cool. So anyway, and then you have this interesting thing where we have the E natural there. It's so interesting, the E natural. I gotta come back to this. Thank you very, very, very much, my friends, for the compliments on my original music and for As It Was. I wanna come back and say very, very, very kind. Thank you very much for the kind words. I do really appreciate it. I've been working really hard on more original music. I'm pretty much finishing up on recording something right now. I still have to mix and master it and put it out and do artwork, but I am actually just about finishing up on the next song. So I'm very excited to put that out for you guys. Anyway, so then you have this really interesting, the kids all trying to make it, she saw it and she got it and it wasn't what it seemed, what it seemed. The E natural thing over this, right? She saw it and she got it and it wasn't what it seemed. The kids all trying to make it, whatever that means. Another variation on a theme. And then he immediately hits the E flat on top of it, right? That's so interesting. E naturals. And then E flats. It's actually really fascinating. Yeah. It says that we are defenders of any pose or professional pretender around. Huh. So cool, everybody. So that whole thing, right? They recognize you, make them take an oath. The next part that says that we are defenders we are just going back to the E natural idea. It says that we, it says that we, it says that we are pretenders, any poser or professional, pretender. And then we do. So that's interesting, right? The whole time the vocal is doing the E flat, flat 5, C minor thing. And then we have a couple of his, whatever that means. A couple of ideas now that are on the E natural that we have here as well. With that Matt Helder's verse, as well as the, it says that we are defenders of any poser or professional pretender around. Go back to just the straight up. A natural minor scale, right? It's kind of pentatonic actually. Yeah, we're going pentatonic, right? So we kind of go pentatonic there, which is neat. You deserve it, bro. Waiting to see your future music. Oh, I appreciate that. Don't feel pressure. I prefer to wait more than to rush project. Hey, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. I do take all the time that I need, indeed. I'm not a perfectionist, but I'm stubborn about getting things right. You know, I don't think things need to be perfect, but they need to be right. That's how I feel. All right. And let's see. So then we have the chorus again. I don't want your prayer. I don't want your prayer. I don't want your prayer. Yep. Just going down, you know. 5. Oh. Classic, right? We're going down the scale. 5, 4, flat 3, 2. Thinking that we're going to resolve to 1, but we don't. We go 5, 4, flat 3, 2, 5. Perfect. That's a great, like, classical cadence, right? I mean, that's awesome, right? we're setting up just like a perfect cadence there. Save it for the morning after, right? Save it for the morning after. Yep. So nice little just 5 to 1 cadence right there, which is great. But now, what about that? Actually, I'm gonna skip the guitar solo. I want to see, is the let's have a game on a daddy picker, not quick enough cause I'll be quicker, already thicker, you getting thicker. Is that actually, I have a feeling that might be F, E, A. I have a feeling. Yep, it's just the chorus, everybody. So check it out. Like we already said, the chorus is flat 6 5 1, flat 6 5, and then the flat 5, right? And that's exactly what we have here, right? Let's have a game of the daddy bicker, not quick enough cause I'll be quicker, already thicker and getting thicker. Let's have a game of the daddy bicker, not quick enough enough, can I have it quicker? Already thinking of getting thicker. It's, yeah, and then we go, it's human that all things are equal. Who'd want to be man of the people? When the people like you. So actually, yes, that, not quick enough, can I have it quicker? Already thinking of getting thicker. Let's have a game, blah, blah, blah. That is the chorus. It's just the chorus again. So yes, this whole song is just the two ideas. The whole song is actually just this interesting little, the 1-1 flat 5-4 natural 7-1. That's one idea, is that. And then really the next part, that really is just kind of still just doing that, but now on the 5 in a way. And then now this idea of the flat 6 chord, the flat 6 kind of major 7, 5 major 5, and then the 1. That's interesting if I could play it like that, right? I don't know, I'm just repeating myself now. It's it. This whole song is just those two ideas. That and flat 6, major 5, 1. That's it. The whole song is just those two ideas in a really, really, really great way. Love it, love it, love it. I agree. Duran Duran, Save It Till the Morning After. I'm not a huge Duran Duran person. I like Duran Duran. I don't know if I know that song. Save it till the morning after. Is that from a song? It's from, yeah, it's from Save a Prayer. Interesting. Yeah, there you go. I've never heard that song, but I do like Duran Duran's sound. It's a great sound. Great little 80s sound. Very good. How about we just try to look at that guitar solo and call it? We could do that next time. I remember to get it thicker. Guitar solo time? Ooh. There's that natural 7 up there again. That is so interesting. So that whole thing is 5, 1, 5, and flat 7, right? Kind of fun. We're just kind of going up the A power chord in a certain way. So that's also cool. Again, we once again are hitting that flat 7, right? Wonder how that would sound if we did the natural 7. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it be? Doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right, does it? It's high, right? There's definitely a double stop there. I don't know if he's playing this or this, but he's playing an A there as well. Oh yeah, and then they go to the, I think he also goes to the natural 7 there as well, right? No. Yeah, he goes up to the 1 and then down to the flat 6 again, right? Flat 7, E, 5, 1, 5, flat 7, 5, 1, 5. Then he now 5, 1, flat 6. And it goes down. Slides down the scale, easy peasy. He just slides up big old slidey chords, right? Just A minor, up and down. A minor, up and down, everybody. And then he goes to the 5 chord, right? I mean, God, it's just quite a simple little guitar solo. When you really look at it, again, they're just playing around without this idea. They just have that on the bottom, and they know that they can do so much on top of that. They know that they can just do so much on top of that. That's exactly what they kind of do here. They just kind of go, yeah. 5. We're just going up and down the A chord. That's what we're doing, right? Because we have A, C, E. And then a little bit, that flat 7 idea, and that's just it. We're going up the power chord, the 1, 5, 1. All just in fifths, right? That's really what we're playing on here, And then we play around a little bit by adding that flat 6, So every time we go up, we hit the flat 7, the G natural here. Whereas that's kind of setting up that G natural wants to go up to the A natural there, right? And then we finally get it very briefly. Repeat it. Right. That's really what you're seeing there. It's really quite a simple guitar solo. They just make the texture of it really interesting with just the sliding up and down and just, you know, making it slinky and snaky. The texture of the way that they're sliding up and down on one string back and forth. That's where that comes from. Musically, it's all pretty simple. Such a dynamic song. Yep, Mosquito, were you here when we did the Fluorescent Adolescent? Because that was the same thing. We were all about dynamics. Is there a way to study the music theory of dynamics? Yeah, simple and an elegant way. Yeah, I just mean like, yeah, simple and an elegant way. Study the music theory of dynamics. Yeah, I mean that's what we do, right? We do the best we can, you know. When I do the music appreciation part of things, and I talk about this and that and juxtaposition and getting bigger and then getting smaller and then having choppier, shorter bits versus then having lengthier bits, like that is all still dynamics, right? Like sustain versus, you know, like staccato versus legato is dynamics in a certain way, you know. Rhythm, dynamics is rhythm, and so it's still a part, you know. They're like, is there a way to study the music theory of dynamics? Yes, it's called studying music theory regularly. Of course, a lot of professors and a lot of institutions don't put enough emphasis on dynamics, but I try to put a heavy emphasis on dynamics. I always try to highlight the dynamics when I can, especially because during the sections of the song where I talk about juxtaposition and we do the music appreciation aspect and I'm talking about the contrast between sections. That's all dynamics, and I do try to include that in the discussion of our live streams because I do think it's very important, but it is often overlooked. You're right about that, indeed. Would you like to, I would like to hear about your ideas on creating lyrical concepts, developing songs lyrically. Tristan, what do I say about that? You do a great job of breaking down songs. I really appreciate you breaking down. I do think you focus on dynamics often. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Obviously, I have my own ways as a songwriter, my friend. And I definitely do weave in my, yeah, okay, my ideas on creating lyrical concepts, developing songs lyrically. I mean, I do weave in to many of my live streams little bits here and there, little nuggets of wisdom that kind of do nod to my thoughts and beliefs in those manners. Like I always saying, oh, if you're a songwriter, this is something to learn. Oh, if you're, you know, like this is something we can all learn for like that. I do try to do that. But if you wanted to get even deeper than kind of what we already do, Tristan, that is definitely one of the situations where I think I would say it would probably behoove you to choose to like take some private lessons with me in that regard, because I do teach songwriting in private lessons. So I think if you want to get even deeper with me, that would be your best bet, is to take a lesson, and we can specifically focus on songwriting and stuff like that. Something I will tell you right now is lyrics are, I believe, are poetry. Lyrics are poetry. You know what I mean? So read. Lyrics are a type of poetry. Poetry is a type of literature. So read. Read a lot. Read often. Read different types of things. And think about what you're reading. Think about the literature that's in everything you do, and the songs you love to the movies and the TV shows you love. And furthermore, you know, a lot of the stuff that you learned in English class applies to music and songwriting as well. That's what I'll say for now. But if you want to get deeper, take a private lesson. That's the move. I know I'm asking if someone has created a theory for dynamics as we do with the notes, like we have functional harmony. Yeah, I mean, I think the idea of the theory, I mean, I'm not sure someone's like put it out there in exactly the terms you're looking for, but I don't know how much further you can get other than we have pianissimo, piano, mezzo piano, mezzo forte, forte, and fortissimo. Like, that's definitely a thing. We also have crescendo, decrescendo. We have subito piano, subito forte. We have sforzando. There is a lot in music theory specifically about dynamics. You probably just don't necessarily see it talked about as much, but it's there. And the idea of like contrast and stuff. So it is in there for sure. It would be so cool to study functional dynamics. That's a really interesting idea. Unfortunately, I do think that it just doesn't quite go as deep as like the harmony stuff, because like, I mean, if you kind of think about it, dynamics are kind of in 2 dimensions, where like harmony and pitch are kind of in 3 dimensions if you think about it. So I definitely think that's part of the reason why people focus more on the theory, on the pitches, than they do the dynamics. You will get the lesson someday. All right, well, good luck in your job search, Mosquito. Good luck indeed. So, I mean, geez, there you go. I mean, that's the song. That's the song. That is Teddy Picker. That's really the if I was to sum it up, I would say what you have is this really interesting riff that kind of is in A minor, but it plays on harmonic minor, and it plays on like the blue note, the tritone of the flat 5. And what that does, you know, is it creates a platform for them to explore lots of other ideas. So some of the ideas they explore on top of that is playing around with a melody that includes that flat 5, right? Another one that it includes is playing around with the natural 5, you know what I mean? That's there. And then it also allows you to play around with the flat 7, natural 7, because you have this harmonic minor idea here. And they definitely play around that. They do it in the vocal, right? With the, oh, sorry. They do it there. They do it in the guitar solo. You know what I mean? Because the guitar solo goes, you know, goes up to that flat 7 there. And then the other thing that they do is because, so that's the one idea. And the other idea that they do is they now go to this chord idea. So rather than just repeating this riff, then they go to this chord idea with the flat 6. And they kind of do a flat 6 major 7, as well as a flat 6 add 9. And then the major 5 harmonic minor. And then to the 1 chord. You know? And then the melody just follows from there, where the melody also again plays on this flat 7, natural 7 idea, which is really cool, right? And they use that flat 5 kind of as like a nice little turnaround to get back to the riff, right? And there you go. That's the whole song. The whole song is just that. That's the idea. There you go. That's the song. Easy peasy. Not a lot going on, but like done in a really, really, really cool and awesome way, right? This battle to the bar, it provokes the punchline before they have told the joke. Plenty of desperation to be seen, staring at the television screen. This battle to the bar, there too long, you to tell the fucking punchline before they have told the joke. Sorry, sunshine, it doesn't exist. It wasn't in the top 100 list, and it's the 1,000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. I told you, but you were dying for it. But you saw it and you grabbed it, and it wasn't what it seemed. The kids were dreaming making it, whatever that means. Another variation on a theme. Let's tangle and a tell magazine. You reckon that they do it for a joke? You reckon that they make them take it off? Says that we are defenders of any poser or professional pretender runs. And did your list replace the twist and turn of this? And is a list of dollars? I don't want your parade. Save for the morning after. Don't expect me to do the guitar solo. Don't expect me to do it. And it's the 1,000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent over. I told you, but you were gagging for it. Let's have a game with a teddy picker. Not quick enough, can I have it quicker? Already thick and you're getting thicker. Let's have a game with a teddy picker. Not quick enough, can I have it quicker? Already thick and you're getting thicker. Presuming that all things are equal, who'd want to be men of the people when the people like you? Something like that. We didn't do that melody. What is that? Presuming that all things are presuming that all things are equal. Who'd want to be men of the people when the people like you? When the people like you. Something like that. So there you go. There you go. That's the song. It's a great song. I especially gotta say, love that chorus. And it's really exciting now to know why that chorus is so good. My favorite part of the song has gotta be the chorus, you know what I mean? And it's the 1,000th time that it's even bold. And it's the 1,000th time that it's even bolder. Don't be surprised when you get bent over, get bent over. Something like that. Alright, there you go. It's a great song, everybody. That is it. That is Teddy Picker. We did it in one, actually. Let's see here. I'm asking because I don't know if it exists or does exist. Yeah, Mosquito, I'm not sure it exists either. I don't know. I think what already, my honest answer, my friend, is what already exists, I think is sufficient. I think that's the thing that I'm trying to say to you. I've been trying anything and everything with lyrics. Most songs are random collage of ideas rather than a straightforward poem like Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash. Writing poems like Shel Silverstein, weaving that with lyrics, and working but finding the midground between straightforward story, vague collage of words. Well, Tristan, my honest opinion on exactly what you're talking about here is that most lyricists are not good. Unfortunately, actually, most of the music that's out there, the lyrics are just a vague collage of words that just invoke a vibe, and people just vibe with it. It's rarer to have great lyrics that really tell a story. It's rarer. I think that's one thing that if you're looking to really study lyrics, you just have to accept is that much of the body that's out there is just exactly that, is just gobbledygook. And once you accept that, then you can actually go and find the stuff that isn't gobbledygook and study that. Or you can just say gobbledygook is fine. You like gobbledygook and go with that. There's different ways to write lyrics. Bossa Nova are really abstract writing. Yep. Talking about defining that specific time of year. There are storytelling ways. Oh, you guys are talking about some Bossa Nova lyrics. That's awesome. I love that. I appreciate you guys like the covers that end the streams. I have fun too. They're not always good. Like something like this, it's hard to really do too much. Do I tour with a band? I don't tour with a band. I have toured with bands before, both in the band and as an audio engineer. I've been like a touring live sound engineer before, but I don't currently. I would be open to doing it again, but at the time I have a girlfriend that I live with and a dog, so I don't want to be away from them for too much. Hee hee. So, that's it. That's the live stream, everybody. Any final questions? I'm not going to stick around for very long today because I got some other stuff I got to get done. But any final questions on Teddy Picker? Any final questions? Or unrelated to Teddy Picker before I hop off? But what is coming up next? Okay, so Monday, June 10th. Soma Part 2, which means Wednesday, June 19th. Wow, that's that's literally Juneteenth. So we're gonna pick we're definitely, maybe it's time to do some Andy Pack time for Juneteenth. I think it's Anderson Paak time for Juneteenth. On June 19th, we're gonna do some Anderson Paak. I think that's what we're doing, everybody. It's time. It's time. Unrelated, what do you do as a sound engineer? Everything. that is quite a loaded question, Mosquito. Everything. I'm busy the 10th. That's right. So I think we'll probably have to skip. We'll probably end up doing a double that week. Monday, June 17th. So it'll be a double. Monday, June 17th. Because we got to keep it minor but major Monday. So Monday, June 17th, Soma Part 2. Wednesday, June 19th, Juneteenth. Finally time to talk about some Anderson Paak. I don't know what song we're going to do yet. Unrelated, what do you do as a sound engineer? Again, everything. Loaded question. Sound engineer is a dark art. It's everywhere and everything all around you. There's so many aspects of audio engineering. It's a beautiful and deep, dark, mysterious art that is vast, and people don't appreciate it in the current world, I will say, because it's like invisible. Like, so much happens in audio engineering and it's all around you, but if an audio engineer does their job well, it's like invisible. And like you don't even realize that they've done their job. So it's interesting. How long do you feel it'll take to finish your album? Well, I'm just taking it song by song. I'm just gonna finish a song, put it out, finish a song, put it out, finish a song, put it out. And then like after I have, I don't know, 8 to 10 songs out, then I'll go back and draw a circle around all of it and say, that was the album. And here is the suggested track list ordering. And there you go. That's the plan. But like I said, next one coming out soon. I'm really hoping to. So there you go. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Arctic Monkeys forever. See you guys in 2 weeks. All right. See you in 2 weeks. Peace.